Hey everyone, and welcome back to more drafts, Premier Drafts in Midnight Hunt. We went 6 wins with a red-green deck last time. I know, blasphemy. Impossible. And yet it does. We've got a prediction from our fellow chat members that black-blue is probably going to be the next deck. I don't know, just a random guess. I do like that people are capable of succeeding without having to rely on those colors. Definitely, as much as black-blue is good, it's not like black-red good in Dungeons & Dragons. As long as the format is versatile, I always enjoy it. And the problem with the D&D set, why I started like running a little short last time, was because just red-black, the treasures allowed you to splash any bomb you wanted, and it just... I just didn't really like it. That there was like that devastating combo there. Oof. This one, I feel like there's a lot more control. I've already played a deck with no rares, just commons and uncommons. That went 7 wins. There's a lot of just the pieces are good. Alright, Croaking Counterpart. Infernal. I think it's just Infernal Grasp. Hate to go into the joke of just always go blue-black, but this is a kill spell. This is a combo card for Constructed. And it forces 2 colors, which we don't really want. This is a kill spell. This is a card draw spell in a format with a color that does not really need to worry about card draw because of all the Disturb and all the other good card draw cards that aren't sorcery speed. This, as I said, pretty good card, but when you need... It's one of those cards that's... When you get to the top end, you don't need that much top end. So it ends up not making it through. Larger Zombie could be nice if we end up in that deck, and it might actually rotate around. People don't take it. Shady Traveler, I actually do appreciate. Moongrazer / of course, a kill spell. Plummet's not going to see play. This is best of 1, not best of 3. Devious Cover-Up, yeah, I think we might end up gating a blue card bounce back to us, but Infernal Grasp, just 100% being taken. Village Watch, pretty nice. Gavany Silversmith, pretty nice, but not our case. Alright. And knowing that blue could come back around, I do like Firmament Sage over Borrowed Time. Borrowed Time, again, is a kill spell. It's definitely one of these two. I don't think... Aesthetic Awakener is pretty nice. Blade Brand's... Lock Seminary's fine. I don't want to force black. Like, we could end up getting the Infernal Grasp, and then other people cut it off too deeply. I think I'm going to go with Borrowed Time, because it's a 3-mana kill spell. 2-mana kill spell picked because it's insane. This is a 3-mana kill spell. It's also insane. This card is good if you could get it so it keeps flipping from day to night and night to day. But this card is just always good. Wait, so black-blue is like top-end meta? It's not absurdly top-end. It's very common and therefore really good. But, it's not like... It's the best of the 10 color combinations, but it's not like number 1 here, number 2 here. Like, it's not black-blue and then the rest of the junk. It's just black-blue is the strongest. That's it. Alright. Ooh. Vengeful Strangler does not pan out as people would expect it. The problem is, it's at the beginning of your upkeep, not the opponent's upkeep, where they have to sacrifice the permanent. So they might be able to just use it as a resource themselves. So Vengeful Strangler has underperformed. Grizzly Ghoul just forces a real tough color combination. I love the color combination, but it forces it in a way I'm not sure about. Diregraph Horde, I think, is actually better than Vengeful Strangler. I guess this is a kill spell. It's a really weird kill spell. It doesn't work as well as you'd think it will. Grizzly Ghoul would be nice if I could pull it out. We do know that 2 uncommons were taken, but they were not the black uncommons, which tells us our color might be fine. Grizzly Ghoul might rotate around because people don't want black-green, and that will be the signal that we take it. Alright. Am I going to be insane and take the Shipwreck Marsh? I know that sounds absolutely insane, but it's actually a consideration. I think I'm going to go safe. I don't like Drownyard Amalgam. If you end up in a deck that wants Drownyard Amalgam, you generally are going to be fine with just 4-drop spells. You don't really need a 5-drop. So I'm going to go with Morning Patrol, because if I end up going white, that's valuable. We do know by the picks that these colors are kind of open, or at the very least Shipwreck Marsh isn't being taken, which fair enough. Pestilent Wolf isn't bad either. But I'm going to go with the Morning Patrol first. I'm seriously considering the Shipwreck Marsh. I want to be clear. I am seriously considering this card. But I'm going to just go safe for now. So I'm not going to force a color, and red just showed itself as, hi, I'm here, I exist, and I'm powerful. Fameblade Brigand. Good card, everyone. If it flips, it needs to be dealt with. A lot of times, the problem with Fameblade Brigand is that they kept locking it in a graveyard, and then it would just flip and still be a threat because of the 5-mana pump effect. It's a good card. Alright. Duel for Dominance is also considered, but... And then, like, the Stormrise Spirit stuff. It seems like blue... The good blue cards are not making it through. I'm not seeing any Organ Hoarders, anything of that nature. So I'm going to say that blue's being cut. Alright. So, I'm going to speculate to Vampire Socialite. Not every deck can play it, and, like, our deck does not seem like one that could play it, but saying we have this now means that if the opportunity opens up... yeah, pick me, I'm good! Red. They're good right now, honestly. Other than that, it's green. So it's either the Vampire Socialite or the Shadow Beast Sighting. That's the questions. Maybe the Evolving Wilds, honestly. So it's either, yeah, it's the Socialite. We have no vampires. I'm going to just go on the bank that we have no vampires, that Shadow Beast Sighting is better to splash into for now. Punished? Not punished? Alright, so we have a big decision. Are we going green or are we going red? I don't think we're going green-red again, but we're definitely going to love these two colors. I think I'd rather go Deathmont Sprout. This is good if you're being aggressive, but you have to discard a card and sacrifice a vampire to draw 2 cards. And there's no vampire tokens. So you're losing out. You're just cycling with this card. So I'm going to say we want one of the greens. So either Deathmont Sprout or Duel for Dominance. And no. 2 uncommons and a rare at pick 9. Those colors were open. Alright. Defend the Celestis. I think green is definitely one of our colors. Green just seemed like they're letting it stay open. Now, what color is open next to green? We did get the Shady Traveler back. There were not many black cards for them to take, so... I have 2 kill spells in there. I'm not really... Devious Cover-Up is nice, but I'm not as much as a fan as I should probably be of it. I'm going to go with a Shady Traveler. We might get that green-black card cycled back. That is actually possible. But I think green is definitely open right now. Bramble Armor? Sure. Component Collector? Get some black or Tavern Ruffian? I'm going to... We only have a Fameblade Brigand to say that red's open. Throw that on my sideboard in case the opportunity calls. Blue. Yep. I was like, okay, so I guess blue is available if we want it. Mask of Gristlebrad. Oh my gosh. So this card basically says, hey, if you're in the late game, I win it for you. That's what it does. Just nothing more. Just you in the late game, great, you win. It costs a lot of mana, but it gives you lifelink and flying, and then if they kill it, you still draw cards. Ugh. So we are going to be fighting for black, so I think we're just focused green, and then some black. But, like, I don't see myself not taking the Mask of Gristlebrand. I could take the Eccentric Farmer, but I know this sounds insane. We are more likely for the Eccentric Farmer to make it down around to pick 9, because people do not take Eccentric Farmer, than we are for the Mask of Gristlebrand to make it back around. So this is a bomb. Just in case anyone's wondering, this is an absolute bomb. Yeah, I don't see any chance we don't take this. Timberland Guide could come back around. Brood Weaver could come back around. Snarling Wolf. But, like, this will win games. My gosh. Can I splash the Liesa? It is double white. Gavany Dawnguard. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Versus 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, black, white. Black, white. Liesa's too good. Massive Gristleman's great late game. We just got an amazing value card. We're going to be fighting for these colors, but I think it's worth fighting for. Tough. Tough. And if we do have... If things go wrong, we can jump back into green for a security measure. Eaten alive, kill spell, no other words need to be said. And all these eccentric farmers, man. All these eccentric farmers. Alright, Loyal Griff, I have been appreciating a bit more than usual. Note to self, do not pick any 3-drops in green. So I was like, note to self, because of my order, like, don't pick any 3-drops, because I'm already flooded on 3-drops, but then 3-drops are where all these Citric Farmers is, where I'm going to get the option. But yeah, Loyal Griff and Ritual of Hope, both being uncommon white cards, not being picked, tells me white's actually pretty open. Do I want a Homestead Courage? I do not think I want a Blade Brand. It's just a question of, do I want a Homestead Courage? I think so. Outland Liberator is not bad. It is an uncommon that made it through. If I do go 3-color, it is a great card for it. Yeah. If I go 3-color, we do know if something goes wrong that green is my safety valve. Lunarch Veteran or Gavany Silversmith? Oh man, both really good cards. We have 6 creatures. Okay. Just look at this curve right now. Right now, everything's at 3 mana. Alright, Auto Selector says Gavany Silversmith. I'm not against it. Diregraph Rebirth in the last pack. I was like, well, what do we even read back? And then Liesa just comes over and says, hi. But then that means I have to be 3-color. I'm not sure if I have the ability to support 3-color. I probably should have picked the Enchantment Destruction, but... Cathar Commando or the Eccentric Farmer. The fact that the Eccentric Farmer made it around tells me that green is 100% open. These are mistakes. I'm certain of it. Silverbolt's always making it in. It's not... Okay, Jack-o'-lantern's making it in to help me with a splash. We're one of these 3-color combinations. Bereaved Survivor breeds back basically nothing. Flesh Taker helps with sacrifices, which I don't have enough sacrifice outlets, I don't think. So, Dryad's Revival as more card draw. Defenestrate as a kill. I think it's just Defenestrate as a kill. And then we figure out which color combination we are. So I'm just going to put them all in. And yeah, I'm going to take the Defenestrate. Probably the Jack-o'-lantern next. Baneblade, Scoundrel, Gavany Silversmith, Baneblade, yep. Just good card. And I think we're going to be using these Jack-o'-lanterns to get our splash working. We've been passing a few, people don't want them, and they wouldn't want them. Alright. I have enough 3-drops, I think. Yeah, 100% have enough 3-drops. This Evolving Wilds is too valuable for my deck right now. So, we're picking the Evolving Wilds. Alright. Search Party Captain is a card draw. Alternatively, we have 3, 4 early game plays. So maybe the Snarling Wolf is good, but going with this. Alright. Path to the Festival gets me my splashing. Gets me the splashing I need. Alright, we have the Jack-o'-lantern, which kind of acts as a splashing as well. So we have 3 splash cards now. We are capable of splashing more effectively. The Gavany Dawnguard is pretty potent. I think we're white-green splashing black. I know that sounds really weird after all of these picks, but I think we're going to be white-green splashing black. Rather get the Dawnheart Rejuvenator to guarantee the splash than otherwise. Yeah, the ability to Diagraph Rebirth the Liesa just sounds really powerful. And then the thing is, I need secondary hits for Diagraph Rebirth. I'm not really getting too many. Siege Zombie's a 2-2. Late game, as I said, I have Liesa. Kennelet Cavalry's not where I want to be. Oof. Tireless Hauler, on the other hand. Tireless Hauler is a 5-drop that actually is defensive and offensive at the same time. I could see myself reanimating that and being happy. Morning Patrol or Bounding Wolf? I'd rather grab the Morning... Do I need the Morning Patrol? 1, 2, 3, 4... I'll take it as a safety measure, but... Because I don't think I'm playing enough... enough of the other cards to make it worth the while. Snarling Wolf could see some play. Alright. That was a bit of a bad draft. Not going to deny that. We have quite a few cards to cut. But yeah, the Liesa, just too good not to pick. So if we just went black-white, there's no cards that aren't in our deck. There are these cards in green that are in our deck. Yep. So these colors are out of the question. So it's just... Yeah, we're tricolor. We have an Evolving Wilds and a Jack-O-Lantern to help with the splash. The Jack-O-Lantern will count as a land effectively. Also the Dawnheart Rejuvenator. I say we actually pull out Defend the Celestis because of the double green necessity. And any double colors that do not justify it need to get pulled. We already have a... Alright, so we have a Path to the Festival. Pull out Morning Patrol. Pull out the Shady Traveler. I'm going to pull out the Siege Zombie. Alright. Curve looks like that. We have mostly green. We need to pull out one more card. I think it might just be the Defenestrate. If it's the Diagraph... I think the Diagraph Rebirth might just be enough of a late game. Like, if I bring back Gavany Silversmith, that's good enough. If I bring back a Gavany Dawnguard, that's good enough. And then, obviously, if it brings back Liesa, it's insane. So... I think I actually take out the Tireless Hauler. So you can see down here, 38%, 33%, 29%. Definitely more of a forest than the other colors. We need double white here and here. We need double black only here. We have Jack-O-Lantern to help with the splash. This is definitely a weird deck. Just pulling me to be so many different colors at once. I do not think we could go down on plains because we need to go double white at times. Much more than we have to go double black with Max of Gristlebrand. I think we need at least 6 forests because of the Path to the Festival, because of the Dawnheart Rejuvenator. Because the early game is green. Pulling... Okay. I'm going to pull a Plains and rely more on the Dawnheart Rejuvenator and Path to the Festival as game my land drops. That is scary. That is terrifying. I'm going for it anyways. Abzan. This deck, I think, has some inconsistencies. My guess is that this deck... It has the power behind it. When it go out Swamp instead, The reason I want the swamp is because I want to land on my Vengeful Stranglers, on my Defenestrate. I have a mask that also wants to get pulled. When I need my double whites, like, it's going to be stuff that I can play later in the game. This I could play later in the game and be happy. This I could be play later in the game and be happy. Yeah, it's just a tough one, because, like, Ian Alive asks for double black. Infernal, like, the early game... Well, actually, no. Hold up. You're right. Hold up. This card's fine in the late game, or else I'm not playing it. This card's fine in the late game, it's a kill spell. This card's fine in the late game, it's a kill spell. This card's fine. Like, everything that's a kill spell is fine in the late game. So we have Baneblade Scoundrel and Mask, which, while double black, is a card that we will play on turn 6 and be happy. Yeah, it's really just Abzan maybe. That's really the deck. Path of the Festival is pretty necessary. Jack-o'-lantern I feel is good. Eccentric Farmer and Path. Yep. Scary deck. Well, I go search for a forest, Vengeful Strangler, or Timberland Guide. Alright, Toby Wan. Let's go. Yep, but yeah, having Evolving Wilds and the like is just very important. That's good. Alright, do I want this? I think I want the Timberland Guide first. Because if they play a 2-drop, I'd rather trade with it than use the other effects. Alright. Got my 3-color set. Morning Patrol is great in positions like this. Alright. I'm going to attack with both, see how they respond first. Purple Swamps. Ah, yeah, I didn't even notice. Alright. Well, we're dumping our hand, and then we have a Path to the Festival, which this not only fixes our lands for the rest of this, but also helps us scry so we don't get all lands. Alright. And this is where Vengeful Strangler has some flaws. So I'm putting on the Falconwrath Perforator. And, the Perforator wants to just attack, and I want to block it killing it. But now I don't block it, so it attacks and it gets through for free. Or they just sacrifice it for a trigger, like Eaten Alive. Well, like that. That's why Vengeful Strangler does not perform as well as it should. I think it's still good enough to be in this deck, but... yeah, I'll trade. Alright. Sacrifice, destroy artifacts and enchantments. This is Ward 1, not Vigilance. Yeah, Tavern Ruffian is just good at stalling the board, so... that's what it's doing now. If they end their turn... alright. We have Frenzy Trapbreaker and a Taverny... alright, if I get a 2-drop... oof! Oops, there. Actually, hold up. I get a Path to the Festival. I'm going to grab a second Swamp, so that if I get Mask of Gristlebrand again... don't want that. Alright. Sacrifice a creature. Creature... oh, no. I want to exile that. Sacrificing this. There we are. So now I kill their Tavern Ruffian. They do have a kill spell. My guessing is that they have the Night Bolt for my Gavany Dawnguard. Or something like of that nature. I'm trying to think what instant speed... I'm like, what instant speed makes that sacrifice okay? It wasn't. It was just an instant speed card. That was it. Alright. Now we attack in for 10, so they have to chump block. And then it becomes day, which gives us a card draw. Hopefully the card draw works this time. I mean, 3-3 with Ward 1 is doing its job by being a 3-3 with Ward 1. But, you know, you play that, you splash in for double white for the card advantage. How many hits does it have? Okay, I need a... So, it's a 10th of my deck every time because it's a draft deck on only 40 cards. So there are 1, not itself. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits. So, yeah, it hits. It's supposed to hit. We'll have a Vengeful Strangler into a Search Party Captain. I think that's good enough. I'm going to hide the green for the first few plays, because if I get another white, I'll want to play Gavany Dawnguard. Probably should have played the white first, so that if I drew a green, I could have played that. Because, yeah, if I draw a Timberland Guide or whatever... Alright, didn't draw it. Okay. Am I okay trading with an Unblinking Observer? I think the answer is no. Not if this is the only creature in there. Alright, well, I'm not trading with it. I think the Eccentric Farmer is actually better right here because it helps me get to my lands. And the... Alright, so I missed it. But the Search Party Captain it does not have 3 health to block the Unblinking Observer. So that's why I went with that play. I still have a Baneblade Scoundrel and, of course, the Search Party Captain itself. Alright. I'm attacking with this because I am more than happy to put Florian in the ground. Alright. A bit troublesome. Path to the Festival gets me the last planes for Liesa. I think I have to just take the damage. Just hope that this doesn't become too great a value engine. Because I don't know how I stop this otherwise. Gotta get like a kill spell for it. Alright, so they just got an Opt. That does draw them a card. It is a +1 card draw, but it is minus on tempo. And I think that's where we're going to beat him. Or whatever Perusa is. Alright. Alright, so they do have... So they're splashing in red. So they're doing Grixis while I'm doing Abzan. Because, yeah, you have to be 3... If you want to play a Mystic School, you have 3 colors. For one reason or another. Both Defenestrate and Moongrazer slash kills. Alright. That's fine. The question is, do I block Florian here? No, I think actually my pressure is worth enough that I don't block the Florian. I block the Unblinking Observer, though. Yeah, because they can't... They play the land. If they want to put Mystic School, they can't play the card that they get from this. Alright, so they lock to the Cemetery something. And, like... So they lock the Cemetery by Vengeful Strangler. If I get... I'm using that so if I get my Eaten alive, I can use the Vengeful Strangler. Like, that's the main intent of that card. Alright, Death Bonnet Sprout. Dawnheart Rejuvenator. So now Dawnheart can stop Florian. And if they kill Dawnheart, they have to deal with Death Bonnet. And the entire time, we're beating them in the race. As much as they're getting the card advantage, we're winning in the race. Alright, so the Olivia's there. That's fine. And yes, I am still blocking with Dawnheart, even though it gives me the white for Liesa. I do recognize that as a powerful effect that gives me. Ow. That hurts. That hurts significantly. That might just have won my opponent the game. That moved right there. Churn too late. The grafted identity doing its job. So I'm going to have to play Liesa and just hope that they don't have a response. Basically. If they attack with only Florian, I will block with Centric Farmer or Search Party Captain? Centric Farmer. I'm going to stop their card advantage for a little bit, for one turn. Alright. See what their big play is. Firmament Sage. Alright. If they tap down, then they have no counter spells, so I can more safely play Liesa. Alright. I get to play Liesa, and I have a Diagraph Rebirth in the back line for them. Alright. Your broken rare for my broken rare. Who wins? I'm going to say it's the person who's had a ton of card advantage, but I'm going to give it a shot anyways. They can't really attack unless they have a combat trick planned. So I'm not blocking with Liesa in... Like, I am not blocking with Liesa, I think. Because they have to have a combat trick planned. Yep. Alright, now I'm blocking with Liesa. Alright. So I'm going to start by attacking with Liesa. See how they respond. Alright. Sacrifice a creature. So let's exile Florian. Let's take out my Vengeful Strangler. Oh, by playing the second spell, they draw them cards. That was a mistake. I can Diagraph Rebirth now. Say that, Liesa, you can't kill, and you haven't shown your ability to kill. I'm going to make more threats. I like that. Bring back... Do I want Baneblade or Gavany Silversmith? I like Silversmith here. And yeah, I'm targeting the Fiends that aren't as easily killed. Alright, so now they flip their Mystic Skull, give themselves a 5/6, and I do not care. Alright, we each draw cards. They draw more than I do. That is just understood. So the correct play was actually not to play after do not play the Gavany Dawnguard, but I made a mistake, so I just leveraged the mistake to the best of my ability. They need to get rid of both Liesa and the Diagraph Rebirth. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have more than enough mana to Diagraph, so if they kill Liesa, I just get it back. The 5/6 applies a lot of pressure, but It doesn't deal with Liesa. My Diregraph Rebirth gets it back again. This thing... Yeah. On my turn, they will have to sacrifice a Firmament Sage. And if Liesa is not killed, then I get the Vengeful Strangler back as well. I will happily block with Search Party Captain. See what you do about Liesa. Alright. Okay. Block here. Block. Take 2 damage. So now I get Search Party Captain back. You get no Blade Brand value, if that's what you were looking for. They do have swamps. They do have deal damage to a creature that's like vampire triggers, but none of the vampire triggers really help against Liesa. They'd have to Voldar and Steiner and get the 2/1, which is 2 uncommons that I think are a bit unlikely, given a 3-color deck. They have something that targets their graveyard. So they're looking for that Lock of the Cemetery. That only keeps them alive. That doesn't kill my threat. Thank you, Liesa. Nice. So let's see. If I Search Party Captain, I have enough for Gavany Silversmith. 1, 2... No. Alright. I think I just Dawn Guard and Timberland Guide. If I Diregraph Rebirth Liesa, it runs into the Vengeful Strangler is the issue. I already played a land, so that's not really a decision. Well, actually, hold up. Yeah, let's just... 7 mana. Bring back Liesa. Make this guy harder to block. So now they need exile target creature. They need another kill spell for Liesa, and the 5 mana red spells do not work anymore. Grafted Identity and Burn Down the House. This guy had a good deck, or this person had a good deck. The Considers definitely hurt them, and the Falcon Pithfighter doesn't work for most decks, not in Limited. No way I'm blocking that. I know better. Grafted Identity is a enchantment, and so it can't be brought back with any of their spells. So they need, let's see, Olivia's, Moongrazers. They do not have Eaten Alive. That's the important part. Alright. So they're trying to consider into the Eaten Alive. Oh. Yep. Just let Liesa tell them to answer it. And yeah, the thing is that, yeah, if Liesa gets blown up, it still saves all your others. That's awesome. Alright. Snarling Wolf into Jack-o'-lantern, exile a card. If I draw a land, this looks a lot better. But I only have 2 draws out of land. I do have the Jack-o'-lantern, though. And Jack-o'-lantern is a card draw. Hey. So I'm probably just going to be playing Jack-o'-lantern as a 2-mana cycle. Or... yeah, I think I'm still cycling. Oh, okay. I do not care. Submit 0. And draw a card. Yep, let's just use the jack-o'-lantern now. That's the point of it. So now if they have a bad play here, they're in serious trouble. Let's see. I could borrow time and attack him with both. I could just attack with this, buff if they respond. I could morning patrol. I think it starts with this every time. And yes, I'm happy trading morning patrol for a Harvestside Infiltrator. Alright. Alright, 5 lands. Attack with both? Attack with all 3, I can... Nah, attack with both. Do I want the 2/1 Flying Vigilance? Or do I just want to buff and get card draw? I think I want to apply... Does it even apply more pressure? It does not. Alright. There. Now it switches to night. Ah, miss. Oh, I missed. It's fine. That's fine. It's like they're an aggro deck without the enough plays to be an aggro deck. Alright, I'm just going to play this for pressure. Alright, I think I... Let's see. I can buff the Loyal Griff. I can bluff the Gavany Dawnguard and attack with all. And then if they double block, you know, I kill and I deal 3 damage. Alternatively, I'm going to start with this. Awesome. I get a double kill. Alright. An aggressive Strangler. Alright. If I draw a Swamp, this all goes downhill for my opponent. Alright. Wow. Did not expect to burn down the houses in 2 games. It is a rare. Did not expect to play around. Ugh! Alright. Well, let's get Infernal Grasped. And yes, I'm taking 2 damage for this, but I'm getting myself a big old threatening flyer. I might have to end up using borrowed time on the Gavany Trapper. That is entirely possible. 2 mythics and a rare have been revealed. Well, alright. I'm not counting this rare, but... Yeah, I'm not letting this Enduring Angel stay around. Well, Mask of Gristlebrand. That's a trade I accept. And we're in the first half of their deck. Yeah, they're just... I mean, I guess if you're given all the rares, take them. Alright, do I defenestrate the Dualcraft Trainer or the Trapper? That's the big question. I'm going to try to attack. Because I can't even stop that in time anyways. Alright, so here's the big question. Can I race the Falconwrath Pit Fighter? Let's see, that's... So I'm taking 4, 5, 6, 7. Then I'm taking 5 each turn. I will lose the race. I'm going to wait to see what they play, because if they don't play anything, I think I still defenestrate the Trapper. If they don't do anything, I think I still defenestrate the Trapper. Alright. So they're searching for a card. Yeah, they would have played the other Trapper. Alright. Defenestrate this Trapper. Yeah, just Trapper locks down the late game so much. And if I draw a Swamp, I'm in such good shape now. Had to be a tapped Swamp. Well, we drew a Swamp. We can win this race, everyone. We can win this race. It's going to be close. It's going to be way too close. But we technically can win this race. Race becomes a lot more threatening. Alright. But I think Massive Gristlebrand might just pull us out here. Yep, forced to block. And let's... Oh, it got exiled. I'm like, why did it not let me draw cards? Because it exiled itself. Well, that ends the race. Jeez. Because now they have all the triggers on Geese Flame. But they can just shoot me. Yep. One turn too late for both of you. One turn too late for both of you. You were behind the Purifying Dragon, and you were behind a 7/7 Dualcraft Trainer. Got close. We got close. We were one turn too late. Alright. We got our lands. Man, going 3-color has not been an issue. I mean, I guess... Okay, well, going 3-color for the first land has not been an issue. For the second, we've made some mistakes. We've made some mess-ups. Slips. Alright. Alright. We have a Jack-o'-lantern to help with all those stirps that we're going to see. Alright. Alright. And if I end up killing the Morning Patrol, I could use the Jack-o'-lantern to X out from the grave so they never get the value. I was going to say, it's just a bird. It's not like anything peculiarly cool. It's just a bird. And like, birds are cool, just. Alright. So if I Infernal Grasp this, I can attack him with all. I'm more interested in killing the Archive Haunt than the Morning Patrol. Alright. I'm happy to have a forced trade here. I'm happy to clear their board. If we have a dual cleared board, I am happy. Because I still have this out. They have to Silver Bolt it, which puts them mana deficient. Jack-o'-lantern deals with one of those threats in their hand. Alright. They're going to mill themselves. Alright. Well, force them to have it. Actually, I could have attacked there. Put a counter on Liesa when it comes back to my hand. Well, anyways, we force them to get a kill. I see their kill. Or at least they're strapped for a kill. They're tapped out, so I'm just going to attack with Liesa. I'm going to take care of the Overwhelmed Archivist now. Ooh. And I have a Loyal Griff, which I could do quite a few feeds with. Alright. I know exactly what they're planning on doing. And let's see. I can defenestrate that. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. We will start by defenestrating your Drownyard Amalgam. And we have a Loyal Griff still held up. Alright. They made the mistake. Alright. So I then hit end turn. They Silver Bolt that. And I Loyal Griff it. Whew. I forgot to play a land. I forgot to play a land. Please, block with my Loyal Gift. Give me another round of protection. I've got to play a land. It's actually going to cost me, and that's sad. Alright. Whatever, we're threatening lethal rather quickly. Chilling Chronicle will tap down my Liesa, but we have 26 health. Yep. That could be a land as far as we know. That could just be non-playable. Non-consideration. Cracking this just to get rid of the need to worry. Whew. White-green does not have any worries. The only thing could be Flare of Faith, which does not, as a non-human, that does not help them. I'm actually going to grab this in case the Domgort comes up. Taps it down, as expected. Alright. There we are. And yeah, Flip the Switch was not enough to counter. So they are drawing from Mysterious Tome and getting through their deck. And with the Organ Horrors, they're getting even further through their deck, but it's just not enough. They have cards. I think we have Lethal on board. And they agree that we do, in fact, have Lethal on board. Alright. We have no plays. We have maybe a play. We do need to draw a green. I don't want to get further behind. I just don't want to get further behind. And I'm not going double black if I get access to the land. I just do not want to go to 5 cards. You might think, hey, it was a mistake to grab Mask of Gristlebrand. Keep in mind, I wouldn't have a creature to put it on anyways. Alright. Is there where the werewolf? Nope. Alright. I'm actually going to use this to hold up an exile trigger because I already made a mistake. I was supposed to play it before I played my land in case I draw a forest. Oh well. Just exile this now. Thanks. Yeah, I think I just use it to play Deathbond Sprout now. Path to the Festival later. I have 2 in the grave already. Okay. Oof. I got to play Mask of Gristlebrand after I already lost the game. Like, the game was already over, basically, and then I got to play Mask of Gristlebrand. Wow. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could path through the festival to get myself a green and scribe, but that's just like, what am I doing with my life? That's not exactly how I would have tapped, but I'll accept. They play another Sacred Flame. They're not applying more pressure, but they're applying the same amount of pressure, which is good enough. Yeah, Path of the Festival just needed to gain life as well. I think that would have made it much more playable. But yeah, we're in deep trouble. Okay, we found some solution. So we get to play this. We're gonna eat it alive. Sacrifice a creature. Exile this. It's exiled, so we kill that. Sacrificing this. And we put it on the Voldaren Steener, I think. Play Path to the Festival, gain myself another forest. Scrying that to the bottom. The reason I want to do that is because they can pump this up to 5. And I think they just have lethal with that. Yeah, with a Bloodthirsty Adversary, they have lethal. They also get a bring in blood. Yep. They used every last card of their graveyard. They used every last card of their graveyard. I was 1 turn too late in a lot of places. I leveraged what I could, but I did not draw my lands properly, and I faltered. We knew that was a possibility. Alright. So we get Silverbolt into Jack-O-Lantern. Alright. Snarling Wolf into Jack-O-Lantern. Just exile a land. No issue. Oof. We've been half paying attention. Alright. Do they have to mull? Or, okay, let's see. 7, 6, 5, 5. Okay. So they did not mull. This is just what their hand looks like. I will trade, happily. I'm playing these both now, while Malevolent Hermit cannot sacrifice itself. Alright. I have 16 lands, and yet I'm still getting mana flooded. Unfortunate. No matter what I do, I want to leave my mana up. I want to leave it to their turn. Alright, I think I take the 4 damage. I want to see what they play with their mana. No, it's nothing. I'll bolt the Observer. Covetous Castaway. Yeah, if that gets killed, it needs to be exiled. I could Malevolent Hermit, then exile the Hermit, and Borrowed Time this. I think that's a good idea. Exile the Hermit. And then I'm just gonna, I'm gonna Borrow Time the Covetous Castaway so it's not killed. And no, I'm gonna hold off. I have an Eaten Alive which could kill the Covetous Castaway. I'm gonna be able to cast it without spending my mana slots. My Jack-o'-lantern. I could Loyal Grift just to punt, just to stop this aggression. Tapping at the window. Okay. Puts an Organ Horror in hand. Yep. And we'll just bump with the Covetous Castaway. I'm starting to run low on health. That is definitely an issue. Alright, thank you, Eccentric Farmer. Any lands in my grave currently? No. That is okay, though. That is unfortunate. Alright, we have an Infernal Grasp if we need it. We have a Eccentric Farmer to take out the Unblinking Observer. Alright. I'm going to Infernal Grasp the Nebelgast just to keep myself safe. Just to prevent him from blocking the Loyal Griff and gain a free kill. Alright. They do like their creatures in their grave. That's definitely a theme that my opponent enjoys having. So the longer this game goes on, the worse it is for me. That being said, they don't really have many ways, unless they Winterhorn's Blessing, I guess. Are they going to Winterhorn's Blessing again? Because they have not much to do with their turn. These are both sorcery speed, so they're going to play one of them. Alright. Eaten Alive to exile that. Gavany Silversmith buff the other. Sounds good. Not exactly how I want to do this, but it's how I have to do it, I think. Just stop their aggression. Winterhorn Blessing is an amazing card, by the way, so the fact that they used it and I'm still in this game actually feels good. Easy pick, but the other options were lands, and it looks like it was a land itself, so yep. Another Organ Hoarder. Yes. I'm going to leave Gavany up. Not sure what they could have. Might have Muramasa is a possibility, which makes it hard to block with Liesa. Organ Hoarder into another Winterhorn Blessing could be very dangerous. Alright. So it's better than a Brood Weaver. Yes, that is better than a Brood Weaver. They are correct. Alright, so I'm going to start by attacking. And yeah, I think I'm just going to borrow time this before it starts becoming an issue. Instead of after. How many creatures are in my grave? 2. Alright. So I'm just going to probably be chump blocking with Death Bonnet Sprout. Just a little 1/1. Prevent from going to night. They have enough to play Gale Drifter, and they choose not to. They have something. Something makes me want to attack with only Liesa. Don't know what it is. But they have something. Venge of the Drowned. Alright. I mean, I'm putting this on top of my... If I put it on top of my deck, it gets milled over with Death Bonnet Sprouts. I think that's okay. If they attack with Death Bonnet, they give me back my Liesa for free. Or they attack so that I can trade my Death Bonnet. That's good for me. Alright. I'm going to just kill the Unblinking Observer now. Alright, so now this flips. Which is a threat in and of itself. So yep, the Diagraph Rebirth, they have to get rid of my Liesa, or else this Evolving Wilds is going to get me the Liesa back. Oh my god, did I just stumble into lethal? Yep, they got lethal with the Winterhorn Blessing. Yeah, even if I left the Loyal Grift up, they still got the lethal. Double Winterhorn Blessing, man. Oh well. It wasn't even lands that were an... Like, lands were an issue only one game. It was just, like, our opponents being strong. And, like, by all means... And also, it's... I need to check my creature to non-creature ratio, because it seemed like that was a little off. I was drawing a lot of cards that weren't creatures, and weren't really helping me. But, I mean, we still got to our 3 wins. We want to get our minimum of 3 wins, and we got there. Just kind of disappointed that we ended at 3 wins. But... yeah, black-white was fought for, so I couldn't have been just mono black-white. 14 creatures, 10 non-creatures. And the non-creatures, well, there's a Shadow Beast sighting and a Diagraph Rebirth. That's kind of it. A lot of kill spells, but the kill spells hurt me as well. This isn't exactly a creature, and that was definitely an issue. I mean, obviously, not being able to play Liesa as often as I want was a problem. Path to the Festival, I think, was unnecessary a lot of times. The Evolving Wilds of the Jack-o'-lantern did enough. So I might have wanted to pull out the Path to the Festival, put in, like, a Tireless Hauler, get myself some more late game. But that's the only difference that I could think of. We at least got 1,000 of our gems back, and some packs to go with it. So we have that at least. Alright, well... we'll figure out what we did. We'll figure out how to do better next time. That's all you can really do. 3 wins is enough to not get ruined in Premier Draft. That's only 500 gems. You got 2, and you basically gained 2 packs, plus all of the other cards you drafted. Which, when you consider that a pack is 200 gems, that's actually extremely good value. As long as you get at least 3 wins. And we did. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day.